What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of this week's Fan Mail of the Week. My name is UnrealEntGaming. I hope you all are enjoying your final weeks of August. Summer is finally starting to die out, which means the holiday seasons are coming, which means Xbox One, PS4, GTA 5, Watch Dogs, Battlefield 4, Call of Duty Ghosts, South Park, Dragon Ball Z. So many games, so little time to play them all. I hope you all are enjoying. I just got back from Massachusetts, actually, and I was spending some time with my friend up there, actually the guy who filmed Porn Stars with me. So I was up there in Massachusetts with him. We were all hanging out and whatnot. But I am here. I am always here. I'm never going to leave, and I'm here today to answer a bunch of questions, everybody. Once again, I do want to apologize in advance if I do not get to answer your question, so do not get angry. It's okay. All is calm. I will answer your questions eventually. As you guys already know, I get, oh my god, amount of questions a day. Sometimes I wish I was an Android, or I wish I was a machine. That way I can just do all your questions at once. But I'm not. I'm a human being, and unfortunately, I need sleep at times. And I hate that shit. Fuck sleep. Alright, guys. Let's get right into it with our first question of the day. Sorry to keep you guys waiting, which is from Jesse Harrison. Hey Alex, I'm a fairly new subscriber and I love all of your videos on your channel. They're badass. I love horror and Dragon Ball Z. Amen to that, brother. I'm graduating from my from my 2 years of college in a week, and I am immediately going to start training and getting in shape to start at a wrestling school. Nice. Please tell me what wrestling school you're going to. Question 1. What advice do you have with pursuing wrestling? Question 2, I know it's different for everybody, but how long did it take before you felt you were ready to get in the ring? That's a good question. Question 3, I seen that you are a horror fan, so I want to know which horror villain, Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, Pinhead, etc., do you think would be an interesting DBZ villain? I mean, right off the bat, you already said one, so thanks for the advice and answering my questions. You're awesome. Hope to see you in the WWE in the future, and hopefully I'll meet you there. Peace. Hopefully I'll meet you there as well. I mean, it's not going to be easy, I'll tell you that much, but thank you for the questions, man. To answer your first question, what advice do I have for somebody who's pursuing wrestling? All right, a lot of people often say wrestling's easy, right? For those people who say it's easy and anybody can do it, come down to my school at the House of Glory, where I'm trained by Amazing Red, Jay Lethal, Matt Stryker, Quiet Storm, BXL. Come to that school, and I will pay for your personal sessions for about a month, right? I bet you won't be coming back after a day. Wrestling is not fake. But you do get hurt, and sometimes you do get the shit beat out of you. My jaw right now, I have a feeling that it's like bruised and just broken and everything, because I just had a match last week where I got in the ring with a guy, and he pretty much stiffed me, which means he actually fucking hit me, you know what I mean? Like, wrestling is wrestling. You get in the ring with somebody, it could be light, or you can get in the ring with somebody and you guys would fuck each other up. I've seen people get busted open. I currently have like a fucking laceration under my chin from taking a fucking knee to the jaw. You know how that fucking shit hurts? But my advice for somebody who's pursuing wrestling, be consistent. Be yourself. If you're gonna do gimmicks, be original. Also, you have to have a lot of patience, because at times you may seem like you're getting nowhere. Trust me, I still feel like that. But it's something you're going to have to overcome and get over, which I'm still trying to process and do that. But my best advice is to just say, be on the right track and don't let anybody discourage you. That's the best thing, man, because there are going to be people out there that are going to shit on you. To answer your second question, I know it's different for everybody, but how long did it take for me to feel comfortable in the ring? I'm not gonna lie to you, like, even till this day, I feel comfortable, but at the same time, I'm still a little insecure. I mean, because I'm not the perfect wrestler. Hell no. By far, I am not. I'm still learning. When I get in the ring, I'm a hard hitter. Like, if me and you are gonna go at it, we can have a good, nice, easy match. Or, if you want to be a dick to me, trust me, I will be a dick to you. And if you punch me, I'm knocking your lights out. If you kick me, I'm fucking kneeing you in the stomach. You know what I mean? Like, but most of the times, I never had a match where I was like that. I never had a match where I beat the shit out of somebody. It was always nice, smooth, and easy. And I respect all my competitors. But how long did it take for me to feel ready, quote unquote? About a year. Just to get comfortable with the surrounding area. Till this day, I still feel like a little nervous, and even when I go out there and I perform, I'm still fucking nervous. I'm scared out of my ass, but I love doing it. I love professional wrestling. I grew up on that shit, man, and there's nothing that's ever gonna change my mind about it. You know, I stuck through the good, and there were some great days, and I stuck through the bad. So. And to answer your last question, obviously Freddy Krueger, because let's say if they all fall asleep, which Saiyans do need sleep, Freddy's right there, man. You could be a fucking Super Saiyan 97. Freddy Krueger is invincible in his little dream world. As for Michael, Jason, Pinhead, and everybody, I can definitely see them getting obliterated by spirit bombs and big bangs and final flashes and Masenkos and special beam cannons and destructo discs. But Freddy Krueger, if he gets you in that dream world, you, my friend, are fucked. Your anus is going to get ripped apart, and there's no overcoming that. So, but thank you for your question, Mr. Jesse. On to the next question from Sasuke Uchiha. Hello there, hello. Sup, Alex? I have 4 questions for you. Here we go. Question 1. Do you think that in one of the 12 universes / dimensions, future Trunks should be the only Saiyan alive? That's a great question, since the rest of them got killed in the fight with the androids. But in Super Saiyan 4 mode, and goes to the present Trunks, aid in tough situation. Well, that last sentence you kind of threw me off. But in Super Saiyan 4 mode, and goes into the present Trunks. Oh, okay, well, I see where you're coming from. All right, cool. Question 2. Is Goku with red hair the fully transformed Super Saiyan God form, or is it just a stage and process? Because if it's the full transformation, then that just sucks. That's true. Question 3. Have you ever thought about watching the Naruto series, because they're really awesome besides the fact that they haven't finished dubbing Naruto Shippuden? That's true. Question 4. Do you think that the next DBZ game, they should just remake Budokai Tenkaichi 3, except with better graphics, more characters, and more game features, and more battles, and a what-if saga? Because I do. P.S. Your videos are awesome. Keep up the good work. P.S.S. Even though I think Naruto is badass, I still like Dragon Ball Z way better. And if they were to fight against each other, then the Z fighters would just rape the Naruto characters. Yes, they would. To answer your first question, future Trunks, that actually brings up a very good point, because I always wondered what happened to him, but never really understood, how he carried on after the Android saga. I do believe he's still alive, and I do believe that I hope to God that one day Akira Toriyama, realizes, how popular Trunks is and brings him back into the series. I do think Trunks' limit, and I do think Trunks' max should be a Super Saiyan 3. If Trunks is a Super Saiyan 3 in the Dragon Ball Z realm, which features Bills and Whis, then that right there just changes everything, because now you have Mr. Gohan, SS3 Goku, SS3 Trunks, and SS3 Gotenks. Unfortunately for Vegeta, I wish he would have go Super Saiyan 3 as well, but he can't, unfortunately. So, do I think he's alive in those other universes? Yes. Do I think he's a Super Saiyan 4? No, because it doesn't correlate with Battle of Gods, because GT isn't canon, so that means Super Saiyan 4 isn't canon. To answer your second question, I believe personally that the Super Saiyan God form that we saw in the movie was only a stage and process. I still can't believe that that's the actual form. It can't be. It can't be. I mean, we all saw when Goku went false Super Saiyan against Lord Slug, so I'm hoping that Akira makes a better design, because all it really looks like is Kaioken times like 100. I mean, all he has is red eyes, red eyebrows, red hair, and red aura. I mean, come on, give us something different for once. To answer your third question, I have thought about it. I have watched a few episodes actually with Paul. It's not a bad show actually. I do like certain things about it, but I never really got into it. My friend Paul is starting to tell me to get into Death Note, so I'm gonna start looking up stuff on that. And I mean, Naruto's a great series. I mean, I just have to find time. Like I said, I mean, that's why I wish there were more hours in the day so I can actually find time to watch it. So. And to answer your fourth question, no, I disagree with remaking Budokai Tenkaichi 3. I think they should do Budokai Tenkaichi 4, and then include all the better graphics and characters and game features and what-if sagas, because for obvious reasons, Budokai Tenkaichi is always, and for always will be, the greatest Dragon Ball Z game ever! So that's why I believe that they should do a continuation and do Budokai Tenkaichi 4. That's just my view on it. But thank you for your question, Uchiha. On to the next question, which is from Andre Thomas. Hey, ENT Gaming. I have some questions to ask you today. No, I'm not going to answer your question, all right? I really don't want to answer your question. On to the next question, which is from, I have been sending questions, I'm sorry, every week since I've subscribed to you, and I'm really hoping to see this in your next fan mail. Anyway, here they are. Okay, here we go. Question 1, what made you want to start making fan mail videos? Question 2, what do you like better, American cartoons, JLA, Avengers, or anime? Oh, damn. Question 3, do you think it would be a smart idea for producers of the new Battle of Z game to put in a new movie, Battle of Gods, into the game like they did with Raging Black 2 with Hatchak? That is a great idea. A perfect idea, actually, damn. Yeah, that's actually a fucking brilliant idea. Question 4, how does Future Trunks get his sword considering her Rudagon movie isn't canon? Wow, that's very true as well. Fuck, man, so many tricky questions today. Question 5, what is it that Raditz did not master his weakness to his tail being grabbed, whereas in Nappa and Vegeta did? Interesting again. Question 6, would you rather be guaranteed $1 million or to have a 50-50 chance of getting $100 million? Question 7, if Shenron was able to downsize into a form of a warrior, do you think he would be the strongest character in Dragon Ball Z? Question 8, now that Vegeta's father is dead, why does Vegeta still call himself a prince? Those are all the questions I have today. I hope you took time to answer them and be sending them more questions another time. Peace. Thank you so much, Andre. To answer your first question, the reason why I started making fan mail videos is because I wanted to talk to you guys. I wanted to get to answer your questions. I wanted to see what kind of questions you guys had. I wanted to give you my opinion on those questions. Pretty much, I wanted to give my time to you. And that's what I actually did, and that's what I started, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. Honestly, I have yet to see a big YouTuber do as many fan appreciation videos like Fan Mail of the Week as long as I have. I've been doing it since January, and ever since January 2013, I've been doing it every single week. Can you imagine having to do this every single week so far for 8 months? It's incredible. I've accumulated up to 30 plus hours of fan mail. That's just like, and it's leaning on 40. You know, that's the amount of time that I put aside to make way for you guys. So that's why I did it. To answer your second question, that's kind of hard. Anime is great and all, but some of the American cartoons you can't really beat out, man. You have Spider-Man, you have Wolverine, you have X-Men. You have the Incredible Hulk, the JLA, the Avengers. You had Ed, Edd and Eddy. You had Johnny Bravo, Dexter's Laboratory. You have South Park, American Dad, Family Guy, The Cleveland Show. You had so many great American cartoons, you know. So I would have to lean more toward on that just because I also grew up on it. But if there's anything for anime that I would stand very boldly on, it would be Yu-Gi-Oh!, Digimon, Pokemon, and Dragon Ball Z. So, I mean, it's kind of hard at this point. But honestly, if you want my honest opinion, I do love American cartoons, but now that I think about it, I would have to say anime. Sorry. I mean, it's a very hard decision, but I would have to go by that, but not by much. To answer your third question, it would be a smart idea, but they would also be losing sales in terms of the actual DVD, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure they want to market off this, and I'm pretty sure they want to make money off this new movie, so why not just put it on DVD, you know? It would be a great idea for us, and a great thing for us to have it included with the game, but a bad thing for them because they're not going to make any money off of it, you know what I mean? To answer your fourth question, I have no fucking idea how Future Trunks got his sword in the future. That baffles me because Hirudegan is in canon as well, so that's actually a very tricky question. To answer your fifth question, Raditz is a bitch. Who cares about Raditz? The only reason why he wasn't able to master his weakness is because he was a fucking prideful little bitch. Whereas Nappa and Vegeta were prideful, but they weren't little bitches. They fucking knew what they had to work on, whereas in Raditz was like, oh no, I'm gonna kill Kakarot, ah, fuck shit. Fuck you, Raditz, you asshole. Stupid character. I mean, he could have been way better if he freaking wasn't a dick and if he wasn't so stupid. To answer your sixth question, honestly, I would rather stick with the $1 million because remember, 50-50, it's like, what if you get that one little card that says you lose? You know, there goes everything you strived for, whereas in $1 million can get you far if you learn how to invest and if you learn how to process your money. So I would have to say $1 million. To answer your seventh question, yes, I do believe Shenron would outpower every Dragon Ball Z character except for probably Bills and Whis. I'm sorry. I mean, all right, maybe Bills, but not Whis. Whis is too much. if Whis is like 10 times more powerful than Bills, you can just imagine the level and magnitude of his power. I don't think Shenron can touch him. And honestly, now that I think about it, I retract my statement. I don't think he would touch Bills either. Because in the Battle of Gods movie, Bills put fucking fear in that fucking dragon's heart. Especially when he demanded, for the dragon to tell Goku how to achieve that fucking Super Saiyan God level. So, that's just incredible. And to answer your last question, I do believe that he calls himself a prince because it's in tribute of his father, the king, who died a king. So having to claim himself king of a planet that he's not even, rightfully king of would be very disrespectful toward his father. So that's why I believe he calls himself Prince Vegeta. But those are all the answers I got for your questions, man. Thank you for your questions. On to the next question, which is from Leo 50 Perez. My name is Leo Perez, or Leo, but you can just call me Leonardo Perez. For short, I've been subscribed for at least 6 months, and your videos have a pretty big impact on me, When I'm coming home from school, all I think is, geez, I hope Alex posted a new video. Thanks, man. Notice how I put in quotations. Anyways, here are my questions for the week. All right, here we go. Question 1. Do you watch Nega? He did a Naruto fake movie trailer, and it is hilarious. Well, just to answer that question right off the bat, I never heard of that person, so, I can't really say I watched them, because if I never heard of him, how would I know about that Naruto fake movie trailer, hey? Question number 2. A couple of years ago, me and my friends were playing Silent Library, and I got the Mystery Milk Challenge, which is 2 people put the most vile things you can find in the kitchen, and I have to drink it. Ew, what the fuck? So my question is, what is the most disgusting thing you've ever drunk, or drinked, whatever? Oh my god. Question 3, if a Wii appeared in your living room and Zelda Skyward Sword appeared as well, would you do a Let's Play? Question 4, Walking Dead got boring at Season 3. Last episodes for me. Did it for you? What did it do for me? Question 5. How do I get my videos to play on mobile phones? Because when I post videos, it always says not available on this platform. P.S. For those of you who want to watch Dragon Ball Z, go to channel.com. And Walking Dead is on megashare.com. P.S. Fuck you, Alex! You asshole! Hell no. What is that? Death Battle? What is that? Arnold Schwarzenegger's Terminator versus RoboCop? Jesus Christ. Alright, to answer your second question, what is the nastiest thing I've ever drunk in my life? Well, I probably drank like spoiled milk one time, and I was just like, ugh. Like it was just like the worst thing in the world. I mean, I don't really fuck around with drinks like that. Like I really don't want to drink anything I'm gonna regret, or just consume something I'm gonna regret later on down the road. But it would have to be like spoiled milk or some shit. I mean, I never really drank anything else, and that was by accident. I was so thirsty one day I didn't have anything in my fridge, so I just walked on over and I grabbed like the nearest carton of milk, and when I drank it, I was like, it was just nasty as hell. To answer your third question, if a Wii appeared, well, number 1, if a Wii appeared in my living room, the first thing I would do is open up my window so I can get some fresh air, and then just toss that Wii right outside my fucking window. I mean, Nintendo GameCube is still the reigning supreme console of Nintendo, so I mean that pretty much just does it for me. I mean, even if it's Zelda Skyward Sword, I mean, just the thought of a Wii being in my living room is like an abomination. I mean, I love Nintendo. I love what they do. I just totally disagree with the Wii. I think that the Wii could have been probably the best console among them all. But, they kind of fucked it up with the whole, yeah, we're going to have, motion sensors, and we're going to, do like a no controller thing. Man, fuck that shit. But yeah, I mean, I would just break my fucking Wii. To answer your fourth question, I didn't see the 3rd season because I was unable to fucking find it. I mean, now that you told me it's on Megashare, I'm probably going to go watch the 3rd season, but I haven't seen the 3rd season, so I can't really make any distinctions yet. But the first 2 seasons were amazing, and I loved them so much. Walking Dead, man, I mean, that is the franchise right there, if you ask me. And to answer your 5th and last question, I really don't know, to be honest. It's got to be a setting on your phone, to be honest with you. And I think you can enable it for it to be on mobile. But if you can't, I mean, then that's just that. I mean, I really don't know what kind of phone you have either, so I can't really make any distinctions. But it's definitely a setting within YouTube and a setting within your phone as well. So those are two things you're going to have to fix in order to have videos pop up on the phone. But thank you for your questions, man. On to the next question, which is from, oh, looky, Andy Keller. Hey, Alex, I'm back with more fan mail, and that was fun when we got on Skype on Saturday. It was fun, but on with more questions. You didn't even talk. You just stood there like this. That's all you did. Tick tock, tick tock. Anyways, question 1. Who do you think will win the next Super Bowl? Oh shit, the Super Bowl this year. That's a tricky question. Question 2, what is your favorite Pokemon? Question 3, who do you think is stronger, Perfect Cell or Majin Vegeta? Is that really a question? That's just like preposterous. Question 4, what if Babidi tried to control Broly in Hell and became a Super Saiyan 3? Would he have a lot more power than Goku? End of Oob. End of Boo. What the fuck is wrong with me? Why did I just read that? I need consumption of beverage. Hold on. I'm about to grab my little drinky drink. Yes. Okay, question number 5. Oh, that was fucking good. Question 5. If you could do a fusion dance with everyone and anyone in the world, who would it be? And what about the Patara earrings? Who would you fuse with them? Well, like, are you talking like present state? I had to fuse with somebody. I mean, that's kind of like a shit question. It's like, what the fuck? Like who do you do the dance with, and who do you fucking like use the Patara earrings with? Anyways, question 6. Do you think Vegeta should have become the first Super Saiyan instead of Goku because Vegeta did work so hard and dreamed of it more than Goku? Question 7. Do you think Vegeta should have been the one to defeat Frieza? Question 8. Would you either be trained by Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, or Piccolo? Last question. Out of all the speeches that you've ever heard in Dragon Ball Z, which do you think was the best? Just kidding, this isn't our last question, but who do you think made the ultimate sacrifice in Dragon Ball Z? Damn. That is hard to say. Oh my god. And if you were them when they were about to do it, what would you do or say to them? Damn. Well, thank you for your question, Andy. Shit. To answer your first question, number 1, who do I think is gonna win the Super Bowl? Damn. I mean, I'm a New York Giants fan. I'm a New Orleans Saints fan, and I am a Ravens fan. But between the 3, I really do hope it's the Giants for obvious reasons, because, you know, go home team, yay. But if it's not going to be the Giants, then it's probably going to be the Saints. I mean, it's hard to tell right now because we haven't really seen much. For all we know, the fucking Dolphins can win. I mean, we don't know. But I would have to go with my hometown team of the New York Giants. I mean, if they lose, they lose. If they win, they win. So, to answer your second question, what is my favorite Pokemon? My favorite Pokemon is Mewtwo. Aside from Mewtwo, it is Entei. Aside from Entei, it is Lugia. Aside from Lugia, it is Raichu. Or Raikou. Yeah, there we go, Raikou. I was about to say Raichu. What the fuck's wrong with me? To answer your third question, for obvious reasons, it's Majin Vegeta. Piccolo already confirmed that when he saw Vegeta fight Majin Buu. He was like, wow, he hasn't felt a power like that since Gohan fought Cell. And Majin Vegeta was stronger than Gohan when he fought Cell. So that right there is just obvious that Vegeta would freaking slaughter Cell without even, oh my god, without even thinking twice about it. To answer your fourth question, if Babidi tried to control Broly, do I think he'd be a lot more powerful than Goku end of Buu era? I do think so. I do think Broly would be able to max out his form relatively well, and I do think he would inflict a lot of fucking damage to everybody. I do think Broly as a Super Saiyan 3 is just a fucking monster. Like, he would crush everybody. In order to defeat a Super Saiyan 3 Broly, I do think they need to do a fusion of Vegeta or Gogeta, to be honest, and I mean, that's the only way I see them beating Broly. I mean, especially if he's in Hell, Super Saiyan 3, let alone controlled by Babidi. I mean, oh my god. To answer your fifth question, if I could do a fusion dance with anybody, it'd probably be Paul, because at least I know we'd separate. And if I had to do the Patara earrings, I would probably fuse with Probably fused with Anderson Silva or some shit. He's my favorite fighter, so I mean, I think our martial arts expertise, techniques would be on, par with like anything anybody has going on. So I think that'd be pretty cool. But I can't really say at this point because, I mean, it's just hard to pick somebody out, especially from the planet, I mean, because I don't know if you're talking about in the world, like world, like where we live in, or in the Dragon Ball Z world. To answer your sixth question, do I think Vegeta should have became the first Super Saiyan? No. Goku's had more meaning, where Vegeta was just being selfish and just wanted to achieve it for his own, bragging rights. So by Goku achieving it, it meant more to both Goku and Vegeta because it pushed Vegeta to train more, and it pushed Goku to unlock more of his abilities. To answer your seventh question, yes, I do think Vegeta should have killed Frieza. It would have had more meaning, given the fact that Frieza was controlling Vegeta, and the fact that Frieza blew up Planet Vegeta and killed every single Saiyan known to man. So by Vegeta extracting his revenge and completely obliterating Frieza, I think that would have had more meaning than when Goku did it. So, to answer your eighth question, for obvious reasons, Goku, because that motherfucker would train you, he would look out for you, and he would teach you things that only he knows. Vegeta would be a close second, actually. Actually, no. Vegeta would be a fucking second without a doubt. I do think Vegeta would push you until you can't go anymore, but he wouldn't motivate you by, like, encouraging you. He'd probably put you down more in order for you to keep going. So I would have to say Goku, because even when you're down and out, the guy would still fucking help you out. So, and the last question, out of all the speeches, which one was the best? I would have to say, oh my god. I would have to say probably, the speech Goku made to everybody before he sacrificed himself to Cell. I mean, that was a pretty encouraging speech. He was like, Gohan, take care of your mother for me. I have to do this. So you guys have to realize that there is no other way to, go through with this. So that's one little speech. There were many speeches, like when Vegeta, was watching Goku fight Kid Buu, and he made that epic speech where he finally admitted that Goku was better. So that was pretty epic too. So I would have to say with those two for now, off the top of my head. And to answer your last question, who do I think made the biggest sacrifice? Shit. I would have to say Goku once again when he took Cell away, because who else would have done that? You know what I mean? Goku legitimately sacrificed his life to save the planet. And Gohan, and Vegeta, and Trunks, and everybody else. So, I'm trying to think. Then again, old Kai giving his life to Goku in order for him to have another shot. That was actually that was very sad, actually. The old Kai, the way he said it, he was like, the old ones need to sacrifice their life in order for the young ones to live. That shit was so impactful when I was a kid. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna cry. I mean, because old Kai legitimately gave his life. He was like, here you go, I'm gonna give you a chance for redemption. I'm gonna give you a chance to, like, make things right again. So, by him doing that, I think old Kai did the right thing. So, but thank you for your question, my good sir, Andy. Anywho, on to the next question, which is from Banana Dragon. Hey Alex, I'm Daniel from Germany, and I love your channel. Excuse me for writing, so here are my questions. Thank you, Daniel from Germany. Alright, question 1. If you can make a new DBZ movie, what would it be about? Oh my god, I get that question like all the freaking time. Question 2. Who do you think is stronger, Kid Buu or Majub? No, that Majub isn't canon, but anyways, no, that's true. Question 3, what is your favorite character in DBZ? Question 4, what is your favorite moment in DBZ? That's all I have for today. Thank you for answering my questions. P.S. Fuck you, Yamcha! Fuck you, Squid! Alright, to answer your first question, I would have to say Majub, because it is, Oob and Kid Buu, and Majin Buu all in one. So, I mean, Majub, even though he isn't canon, he's said to be a little weaker than Baby. So, I would have to go with Majub on that one, definitely. I mean, Kid Buu is a very strong opponent, don't get me wrong. Kid Buu's a freaking beast. I love Kid Buu, but I would have to go on Majub with this one. That was the second question that I answered. Shit, to answer your first question, if I could make a DBZ movie, like I always said, I would make a 4th Broly movie, and I would make a 2nd Battle of Gods movie that has to correlate with Bills and Whis coming back, in which case I would name it Wrath of the Gods. So yeah, that would be, those would be my two movies. To answer your third question, favorite Dragon Ball Z character in the series, it has to go with Goku. I love Goku so much. Second favorite, if there is a second favorite, even though I don't have favorites, it would have to be Vegeta. Following Vegeta is Vegito. Following Vegito is Gogeta. And then after that, it's Kid Buu. And then Janemba, Broly. I mean, I love all these characters. I love every single Dragon Ball Z character because they're all unique in their own little ways. And to answer your last question, I mean, that is pretty... that is a fucking tricky question. Favorite moment? Well, one of my favorite moments was when Goku threw the Spirit Bomb at Kid Buu, and Kid Buu threw it back, and then Goku caught it and then threw it right back at Kid Buu. There was one where Vegito turned into a Super Saiyan for the first time. That was pretty epic. When Goku transformed into a Super Saiyan 3, that again was freaking amazing. When Gohan defeated Cell with the final Kamehameha, when Vegeta unleashed his first ever final flash. I mean, all those things were epic, and all those things will forever live on within the Dragon Ball Z universe. And for me, you know, I'm personally proud to say that those moments will always live on in my heart, because you look back and you're like, damn, you know, those were the freaking good days. But thank you for your question, Mr. Daniel. Anyways, on to the next question, which is from Estrada B. Hey Alex, it's been a while since I sent you some fan mail, and I thought it about time to bug you with some more questions. Also, I wanted to say thank you for doing an awesome job reaching out to your subscribers by doing stuff like this, fan mail. Now on to the questions. All right, thank you, man. Question number 1. Out of all the Let's Plays you've done, which one was your favorite games that you were kind of sad to finish? Question 2, I saw your Goku versus Superman video, and I do agree with you on several points. My question is, if Goku and Superman both had the same amount of energy in a place with no sunlight for Superman to recharge off of, such as a hyperbolic time chamber or whatnot, who do you think would win? Question 3, if you could take any character from Dragon Ball Z and just redo or remake them in any way you think would be more beneficial to the show, who would it be and what would you change? It could be any small character that rarely shows. It could be a character that you do or don't like. Anyone you can possibly think of. All right. Question 4. If you had to take all the 3 big villains in DBZ, Frieza, Cell, and Buu, along with one movie character like Cooler, Broly, Lord Slug, Turles, etc., and relate them to any other figure, be it historical, fictional, who would you relate them to? As an example, Frieza is like, who is that, Xerxes? The self-proclaimed God King in the movie 300, in my opinion. Very interesting. Those are all my questions I have for you this week. I wish you luck when you go to wrestle, and again, thank you for all the time and effort you put into these videos and reaching out to your fans. Peace, my man. Peace. Thank you so much, man. To answer your first question, I would have to say Resident Evil 6 was pretty sad, especially playing Leon's story. I mean, that actually brought me back to my childhood. Aside from that, it would have to be Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. When I finished that, I was like, oh my god, you just don't want to stop, you know what I mean? You know, I'm still playing The Last of Us, so I'm really getting into that, so that's just mind-blowing right there. Aside from that, I would have to say Spyro. Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage, Spyro 3. Those 2 games filled my heart when I was a kid, and no words can explain the amount of emotion that I had behind those 2 games. But those would be the games that I would say for now, you know what I mean? You know, because I'm really not, I'm just doing it off the top of my head, you know, that I can remember. So to answer your second question, it'll be obvious Goku, because how can Superman, you know, recharge and keep going at the pace that he's going without the sun being there? You know, the hyperbolic time chamber, you know, that place can change easily, you know, without warning, you know. So I do think Goku would have the advantage. Superman would put up an amazing fight, but in the end, I do think that Goku would pull the victory out of this one. To answer your third question, if I can change people, well, number 1, I would change Vegeta. I would allow him to become a Super Saiyan 3. Number 2, I would fucking remove little kid Trunks, and I would replace him with future Trunks and keep future Trunks within the fucking manga and within the original timeline. I would not send him back or forth or whatever the hell he went. I would redo Deborah and I would make him a lot more vicious, and I would make him so powerful where only a Super Saiyan 2 can fight him. You know, a lot of people often compared Dabura to Cell when Dabura first made his debut. They were all like, oh shit, is Dabura stronger than Cell? And that still is a very interesting question. So I would make Dabura a lot more powerful than what he originally was. I would allow only Super Saiyan 2s to combat him because he'd be that powerful. Another character would be Broly. I would actually relate Broly and bring him into the original story, and I would actually have a saga based on him, the legendary Super Saiyan saga. And pretty much with him, I would allow his powers to constantly ascend. And his ki would always grow no matter what, allowing him to like change forms and become like Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, and whatnot. So those would be the things that I would personally change if you ask me. Maybe allow Goten to also reach Super Saiyan 2, but that'd be like, you know, the standard right there. And to answer your last question, that's actually a pretty tricky one. I would have to say, if I had to pick somebody, that's pretty hard. I mean, shit. Well, I would definitely relate Babidi to Hitler because he wanted like everybody under his control and whatnot. He wanted freaking, you know, the Third Reich, and he wanted, you know, Nazism and white power and all that fucking crap that he did. So I would have to relate Babidi to fucking Hitler because Babidi was annoying and Hitler was annoying. Comparing Frieza to Xerxes was a great idea. That's just mind-blowing. Cell, I can definitely relate Cell to somebody, but I'm just trying to think of who. At this point on top of my head, I can't really say who because I'm not, you know, fully, like, number one, I'm tired, so I'm actually trying to like figure out who Cell could fit as. But he would definitely fit a major role. Boo, not so much, because I mean, when has there ever been a freaking person that was, you know, sort of like Super Boo, Kid Boo-ish, you know what I mean? I mean, there have been people like Frieza and Cell, but have there been really people like Super Boo, Kid Boo-ish? I mean, if anything, I would have to say Super Boo would relate to Jeffrey Dahmer, because Super Boo eats people, Jeffrey Dahmer ate people. There you go. That's a fucking comparison. Fucking Broly. Can you imagine him being somebody? Jesus Christ. Anyways, man, thank you for the questions. On to the next question, which is from Tolga Eskoski. Kaki. No, I'm just kidding. Is that Super Boo? That looks pretty cool. Here are my questions for you. Unbelievably awesome channel and videos. Thank you. I'm a Dragon Ball Z fan mainly, so all of my questions will be based around Dragon Ball Z, really. Alright, I mean, I don't have a problem with that. Here we go. Question 1. Question number 1. What is your favorite Dragon Ball Z saga and movie? Question 2, what is your favorite Dragon Ball Z character? I just answered that. Question 3, what is your best Dragon Ball Z game and why? Question 4, what are your thoughts on Dragon Ball Z Battle Z with the latest information so far? Question 5, have you seen Raging Blast 3 project? Yes, I have. P.S. Please don't get pissed off if someone else has already asked you the same questions. Well, I'm trying not to, but you guys have to start watching this more often to realize that I answer the same question almost every time. I mean, especially with the whole, what's your favorite Dragon Ball Z character? I already answered like a billion times. Alright, to answer your first question, what is my favorite saga? My favorite saga was always the Majin Buu / Kid Buu / Super Buu saga. To me, that was a symbolism of no hope. All the people were destroyed. The Earth was destroyed. You know, you had fusions involved. You had all these different, you know, techniques and, you know, characters making their debut and whatnot. So it was pretty remarkable and very interesting nonetheless. So my favorite saga was the Majin Buu, Super Buu, Kid Buu saga, and my favorite movie was the first Broly movie, the Janemba movie, and I would have to say, that's kind of a tricky one. I would have to say the second Broly movie as well. To answer your second question, as I just stated with the previous person who asked me that question, my favorite character is Goku. I also like Broly, Vegeta, Cell. I love all the characters because they can all be, you know, related upon in a certain essence, you know what I mean? So I really don't hate any Dragon Ball Z character except for Yamcha, Hercule, Chaozu, and pretty much freaking Korin. I mean, these characters are like useless, you know what I mean? So I bet you Chi-Chi can do more fucking damage than they can. To answer your third question, what is the best DBZ game for me and why? The best, that's kind of hard to say, but I would have to say one of my favorites would be Dragon Ball Z Raging Blast 2 for the simple fact that it has a lot of what-if characters, and that's always pretty good to see, like a fresh face. But the best would probably have to be Budokai Tenkaichi 3 for the simple fact that it has the largest roster, it has the largest amount of maps, and even though like the gameplay and the graphics weren't as sharp, still one of the best Dragon Ball Z games to have come out, like ever, would be Raging Blast 3. So I would have to say Raging Blast 3. To answer your fourth question, Battle of Z is going to be good in my opinion. I just feel like they need to include a what-if storyline. Like, definitely include, like, a bunch of what-if characters, because how the hell are you going to still thrive with Dragon Ball Z if you're going to keep making the same games with the damn same story? You know, incorporate what-if characters. Incorporate if Frieza did a fusion with fucking Cooler. Or if, you know, Majin Buu absorbed, you know, Broly and, like, Super Saiyan 3 Trunks and stuff like that. Also, what I would love to see in Battle of Z is GT characters. You know, they didn't include GT characters because they all thought that everybody hates Dragon Ball's, you know, GT. And everybody does hate Dragon Ball GT for the simple fact that it sucked. You know, Dragon Ball GT could have been a lot better if it was written by Akira Toriyama, but that would have to be my opinion for Battle of Z so far. And to answer your last question, I have seen the Raging Blast 3 project. Unfortunately, I doubt they're gonna actually go into those you know, processes where they're gonna actually create the game. Because don't you think that with such a project like that, they would have actually took that into consideration and actually made a Raging Blast 3 by now, if you actually look at it from a certain perspective? Instead of Battle of Z coming out, they could have done Raging Blast 3. But of course, they're doing Battle of Z because Battle of Gods came out, so for obvious reasons, you know, this game will be dropping very soon over Raging Blast 3. Will Raging Blast 3 ever come out? That is a question that I think nobody knows, because it's kind of hard to determine at this point because we don't even know if they're making it or not. So that would have to be my personal opinion so far. But thank you for the questions, my good sir. Let us go on with the next question, which is from Yuto. Oh my god, look at the size of this fucking... Yo, Alex, what's up, man? Well, the ceiling and this fan mail question, damn, this is like a fucking biography right here. Long time no see. Yes, I do remember you. It's your boy from London, UK. The name's Gilbert. Yes, I do remember. Let's see here. Definitely thumbs up for your Raging Blast 1 Let's Play videos. The comedy video you put up, how guys act when they play Call of Duty, and the what if battles, especially the Goku versus Superman video. Thank you, man. Okay, man, straight to the question. Let's fucking go. Question 1. What is your opinion on Oob being the reincarnation or incarnation of Kid Buu? Because I heard that Oob is not part of DBZ's story now, but I'm not sure, and I know you like Kid Buu. Of course, I fucking love Kid Buu, man. Question 2. Do you think Vegeta in the original script of DBZ has the ability to change into a Super Saiyan 3? I definitely agree with you on how hard Vegeta trains, and he trains as hard as Goku. Yes, he fucking does. Question 3. Do you think that Vegeta had the ability to change into Super Saiyan 2 before becoming Majin? Question 4. What do you think about adult Gohan in the Buu saga, and can you tell the difference between Gohan's Super Saiyan 2 power and Super Saiyan power? Because some people still get it confused when he and Vegeta changes from Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2. But I swear that when Gohan changes Super Saiyan, he has 2 lines of hair coming out of his head, and while a Super Saiyan 2, it's spiky and 1 line of hair comes out. Especially how we can't tell, because when they turn Super Saiyan 2, the lightning around the aura isn't there. True. Very true, actually. Question 5. Do you have your own wrestling moves, and what is your favorite wrestler or wrestlers from WWE? Question 6. Did you make your hero on Dragon Ball Z Ultimate Tenkaichi game? For me, I am very disappointed that they weren't as good, and gonna make hero mode on the new Battle of Z game, because the only reason why I bought Ultimate Tenkaichi game is because of hero mode, and the mode wasn't that bad, only that it was short. I hope that in the new Battle of Z game, it doesn't disappoint us DBZ fans, even though hero mode would be there. Well, it won't be there, actually. Yeah, it won't be there, but I mean, what else can we do? Question 7. And did you know that when Vegito entered into Super Buu's body to save the others, the magic of the Potara earrings wore off because the stomach acid in Buu's body? Yes, I did know that. And question 8, I know you ain't a big Pokemon fan. Hey, who said I wasn't? But I know that you are, and Here we go. What is your favorite Pokemon? I just got asked this damn question. Any of you know? Let me see. Even though there are 649 Pokemon out there, there's a lot of fucking Pokemon. Thank you so much. Keep up the good work, man, and God bless you. Thank you. God bless you too, man. P.S. Yes. Also, I have ordered the Hauppauge HD PVR 2, and I'll see how it goes when it comes in. Thanks, man, for advising me what to get for the video recording of my questions I sent you a month ago. God bless. P.S. Peace. Thank you. All right. To answer your first question, Oob is alright. I mean, I wouldn't consider him my favorite character either. But being the fucking incarnation and reincarnation of Kid Buu, why the hell would you make him that scrawny? Why the hell would you make him that pathetic to begin with, you know? Like, Kid Buu was a beast. Why do a reincarnation? Why even fucking have Oob to begin with, you know? I think Kid Buu should have just stayed in hell. Because one day if shit went down, hell would have been fucking, you know, let loose upon, and then you would have had Kid Buu run around and just blow shit up again. That would have been awesome. I would have loved to see Kid Buu in GT. You know how awesome that would have been if fucking Super Saiyan 4 Goku ran into you know, Kid Buu? That would have been fucking legendary right there. But as for Oob not being part of the DBZ story now, I have no problem with it being the fact that they're going to introduce new characters, Bills, Whis, the new Pan, because I heard that the Pan is getting a new makeover and a new set of dialogue and whatnot. This Pan won't be as annoying as GT's Pan. They're also adding new abilities, new fusions like Super Saiyan God, possibly adding, you know, Gogeta back into the series. I mean, if they do another series, but, you know, I mean, we're all hoping for the best here, so. To answer your second question, do I think Vegeta had the ability to change into Super Saiyan 3? I would have to say yes and no. Akira Toriyama wasn't too big on Vegeta. Maybe that's why he wasn't allowing him to become a Super Saiyan 3. But do I think Vegeta can obtain the ability by himself? To be honest, no. Could he maybe get close? Yeah. But if there's any Vegeta that would ever reach a Super Saiyan 3, I would have to say is Vegeta Jr. And even though Vegeta Jr. is not canon, I think he has a higher possibility of reaching Super Saiyan 3 than Vegeta Sr., to be honest with you. To answer your third question, did Vegeta have the ability to change into Super Saiyan 2 before becoming a Majin? That's actually a very tricky question because nobody really knows. Personally, for me, I would have to say he did. He did have the ability to do that, but I believe that he also became a Majin for the simple fact that he wanted to reawaken the evil in his heart. That's why he even said it, you know. So I'm pretty sure he was able to become a Super Saiyan 2 because when Gohan transformed, he wasn't really that impressed. He was like, oh, okay, yeah, right. You know, like in his mind, he was probably like, I can do that shit and, you know, look 10 times as stronger than he can, you know. So I do believe he had the ability, but the only reason why I believe that he went Majin is because he wanted to be evil again. That's pretty much it. To answer your fourth question, Gohan in the Buu saga fucking sucked, alright? When he was a kid, he was fucking training with his dad and all that kind of shit. He was training with Piccolo. When he became an adult, he fucking started worrying about college and Videl and just his fucking stupid Great Saiyaman gimmick, which was a flop. But the transition from Super Saiyan to Super Saiyan 2, often than not, sometimes you never really, you know, understood which level he was at. Like, for example, when he fought Deborah, everybody thinks that he was a Super Saiyan 2, when I personally believe that he wasn't, because number one, if he was, he would have had an incredible amount of lightning around him, like everybody always does, and, his hair would have been completely spiked up, you know what I mean? Like, just very, very spiked up. When he turns into a Super Saiyan, it's spiked up, but it's kind of like wobbly here and there. But when he's a Super Saiyan 2, that shit is like fucking needles, you know what I mean? So for Gohan, you know, being a Super Saiyan up until he went Mystic, it was a big flop. You know, he wasn't as strong as he was when he was a kid. So maybe that was Gohan's downfall, you know, when he first, you know, became a Super Saiyan, you know, after all those years of not training. Everybody was pretty much laughing at him. So, I mean, it is what it is for some of these characters. To answer your fifth question, I do have my own wrestling moves that I have not performed on camera, and I will be very shortly. There were actually a couple of moves that I actually made up myself. There's one move that I don't think anybody's ever seen before, and I'm definitely going to demonstrate that very soon. So, I mean, my favorite wrestlers, I mean, in the WWE right now, it would have to be Randy Orton, CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, Dolph Ziggler, who else? Damian Sandow, Cody Rhodes. I mean, I love those guys, and I think that they're all great wrestlers, and I think that they're the key, for the future generation. You know what I mean? And to answer your sixth question, hero mode, yes, I did. I created a villain. Well, in my eyes, he was a villain. He went by the name of Raikon, and he was supposed to be the son of Broly. So, that pretty much sums everything up right there. Ultimate Tenkaichi was kind of like a flop. It wasn't a horrible game, but it wasn't great either. The hero mode did disappoint me as well as character customization. That shit really fucking disappointed me. But it could have been worse. So let's all be thankful that it wasn't. And to answer your seventh question, I did know about that. I did know that the acids in Boo's stomach was, the result of the fusion pretty much wearing off. So imagine if he didn't have those acids in his stomach, Vegito would have still been roaming around. And to answer your last question, favorite Pokemon is Mewtwo. I answered that not too long ago in this fan mail, along with Entei and Raikou and Lugia and stuff like that. So those would be my favorite characters if you want to ask me personally. But thank you for the questions, man. Greatly appreciated. Anyways, on to the next question, which is from 3-man broadcast. Question 1. Are you ready to face the new and improved me on Saints Row 4? Shut up, Brandon. Question 2. What do you think about what you saw of the multiplayer on Call of Duty Ghosts? Oh, God. Question 3. Will you watch The Walking Dead Season 4 when it airs? Question 4. Do you have any future plans with our Xbox group? Because if you don't, then the group needs to have a word with you. Man, fuck you. I run the group. I started Team Genocidal Assassins. I started the clan, and I am the fucking master. I call the shots. P.S. Tyler, if you're watching this, you are one ugly motherfucker. Fucking Tyler. Too bad Alex didn't get to see it firsthand. I mean, trust me, I saw it through camera enough. That was just that was the first reaction when I saw Tyler. I was like, what is that? To answer your first question, I'm ready. Are you ready? Are you ready to fight Titan? I don't think you are. I mean, we all remember what happened last time when I whooped out all those moves on you. When I whooped out that freaking giant sword and I started slapping you around. Man, you have no chance against Titan. I'll just say that much. To answer your second question, bro, Call of Duty Ghosts. It's the fucking same shit. Have you seen Battlefield? Battlefield is fucking amazing. I mean, Ghosts, you can make 10 new guys, and each guy has a prestige. That means you're going to level up each guy 10 times. That's 100 fucking prestiges. Who the fuck wants to level up 100? Like, Jesus Christ, I don't know. I mean, they did include some unique stuff here and there with, some unique, perks here and there, but the kill streaks are the same. The guns are like Black Ops 2 combined with Modern Warfare 3 with remodeled, sound effects and digitally remastered graphics or whatever the fucking case may be. But overall, Call of Duty Ghosts looks nothing more like, any other Call of Duty. It's the same shit. It's just fucking same old Call of Duty, man. I mean, obviously we're all gonna get it and we're all gonna be playing on it, but man, they need to do something different. Seriously. To answer your third question, Walking Dead, you guys got me hooked on it, so, I mean, is that really a question? Hell yeah, I'm going to freaking watch it. I have to watch the third one as well. The third season is, from what you guys have been telling me, it's the greatest thing since, sliced bread, so I'm going to have to go see it. And to answer your fourth question, of course, I have future plans with you, monkey. I mean, I was the one that started all of this. I started all of this 5 years ago, and you damn right I have future plans with the group. What are you, crazy? I've stuck around with you monkeys for 5 years. I ain't going nowhere. I mean, you guys ain't going nowhere either, so expect the unexpected. Xbox One, PS4, that's all I'm saying. That's when we're going to find out, who stands on the battlefield, and, we're going to draw the line on who are men and who are boys. That's all I got to say. But thank you for your questions, 3-man broadcast. Definitely check them out, guys. They're one unique group. Anyways, on to the next questions. Here we go. Which is from Ebony Bossman. Hey Alex, I'm a big fan of your videos and I hope you make it to the WWE. I hope so too, and with you guys supporting me, hopefully that will happen, and I mean, let's just see what happens. That is my dream, man. Like, you guys don't understand what I mean by that's my dream. And with all of you guys supporting me and just believing in me, that's all I'm gonna really need, you know, because I don't really have support from anybody else, and it's just hard. But thank you, man. Okay, now on to the questions. I don't want to get all sentimental here. Question 1. If Broly and Hatchak fuse Potara, do you think they would be able to defeat Bills? Ha! Yeah, right. Never! Question 2. Do you think DBZ Battle of Z will be released for 3DS and Wii U? Question 3. Are you going to make a video on how to download Dragon Ball Online? I need this game. Question 4. I know GT isn't canon, but do you think they should have introduced Super Saiyan 4 Gotenks and Super Saiyan Pan? Question 5. Why are they making another Dragon Ball Evolution 2? The first one sucked. Yes, it did. To answer your first question, even if Broly fucking fused with Hatchak 3 times using the Potara earrings, it still would not be enough to defeat Bills. Bills is too much. Even if Broly and Hatchak did fuse using the Potara earrings, they would get slaughtered by Bills. Bills has godly ki. Godly ki does not drain like negative ki. To answer your second question, do I think DBZ Battle of Z will be released for 3DS and Wii U? Probably not for 3DS, but I could definitely see Battle of Z coming out for the Wii U. I mean, 3DS, I mean, absolutely not. The game is too big for that. As for Wii U, I do think for Wii U, yes. To answer your third question, it's relatively simple. I will try my best to do so, but you can go on Google and type in the game, type in instruction manual, just type in download tutorial, and it'll download it for you. And if you guys need further instructions, I shall guide you. I'm just trying to figure out a way on how to show you without actually deleting my own game. So, to answer your fourth question, Super Saiyan 4 Gotenks and Super Saiyan Pan, I would have loved to see both characters, but I actually would have loved to see Super Saiyan adult Gotenks, you know what I mean? Having an adult Gotenks, that would have been amazing. Like, seeing them for the first time and how they actually look as adults would have been, you know, spectacular. And having Super Saiyan Pan, it's kind of like a tricky question. She would have been annoying as shit, you know what I mean? Like, Pan would have been like, "Oh, Grandpa, look, Grandpa, shut the hell up." I would have not have loved to see a Super Saiyan Pan. Maybe like another Super Saiyan girl, but definitely not Pan. Pan's too annoying. And to answer your last question, Dragon Ball Evolution 2 is going to suck monkey dick. I really don't know why they're doing it, honestly. Dragon Ball Evolution did suck. The first one fucking sucked, so I don't know why they're going on ahead and making another one. What's Dragon Ball Evolution 2? I mean, seriously now, the fucking movie is going to be horrible. What are they gonna possibly do? What, introduce Vegeta? Introduce Nappa? What, introduce fucking Frieza? I mean, what are they gonna do? Like, Dragon Ball Z is the only anime slash manga slash, you know, episodic television show that should not have been done and should never be done on the big screen in terms of live action. Live action, it's like, don't do that with Dragon Ball. It's very hard to do, you know. And even if you had the best directors in the world, and the best cast members in the world, and the best technology in the world, I highly doubt they would be able to make Dragon Ball, you know, live action as good as the cartoon version. Well, the anime version, sorry. I mean, but if you guys had to choose your own cast members, who would you guys cast for your own fantasy Dragon Ball movie, along with directors, and what kind of like technology would you use? You know what I mean? Like, I would use like Avatar / Avenger technology, and my cast would be fucking just the best cast in the world. Like, I'd fucking pay them however much they wanted, as long as the movie was done correctly. But Dragon Ball Evolution 1, it was so horrible that all I needed to do was watch a highlight video, which was like 3 minutes of the actual movie, and that was it. That's all I needed to see. I never wanted to see anything else from that film. That film was an abomination. That film sucked rhino dick, and I did not enjoy any of it, even though I saw like 3 minutes of like highlight clips. That right there just did enough for me, so fuck Dragon Ball Evolution. But thank you for your questions, man. On to the next question. We have just hit an hour into this fan mail, thank God, which is from 100th Hedge. Hey Alex, sent you fan mail a couple of months ago about some wrestling podcast, and thanks for answering them. You're the best YouTuber out there. Really? Do you guys really like think so when you say that? Because I've always wondered if you guys just said that to make me feel better, or if you guys like sincerely meant it, you know? Like if you guys really mean that I'm the best YouTuber on YouTube, why do you guys think that? You know, like I really want to hear like why. Well, here are some questions. Question 1. Were you pissed that Daniel Bryan won the WWE title only for big nose bastard Triple H to pedigree him for Randy Queef Orton to win the belt? Oh God, you apparently were pissed. Question 2, what are your thoughts on NXT and who are your favorite male and female wrestlers? Mine are Sami Zayn and Paige. She's like such a babe. Oh God. Question 3, AJ Lee, Layla, and Caitlyn. Fuck, marry, and kill. Good one. I like that. I like that a lot. Yes. Question 4, thoughts on the Wyatt and the Wyatt family and Bray Wyatt's promos. Thanks for taking time out of your day to answer all of our questions. Keep up the good work. P.S. Fuck you, Paul. Oolong can kick your ass. Damn, Paul. He said Oolong can kick your ass. Oolong, the talking fucking pig. All right. To answer your first question, I was pissed. I was really pissed, but you know what? It's good for business. Now we can have Daniel Bryan versus Randy Orton for the title, perhaps. You know, other feuds for one. Finally have some heels in the mix. You know, like Randy Orton being a heel is always great for business. Like I love Orton as a heel. Having Triple H as a heel, that's always fucking great. I've always wanted to see Triple H go heel for the longest now. So Triple H and Orton being heels, I freaking love it. Along with the McMahon family. The McMahon family are finally heels. So I'm so happy that this has been an undertaking. So now we can actually see some interesting stuff go down. I actually kind of saw Triple H betraying Daniel coming, but it was such a great segment, you know. I mean, I wish Daniel were to just carry on the belt, but he will one day. I mean, there's no question about that. So to answer your second question, thoughts on NXT, my favorite wrestlers are, again, Sami Zayn. I said Sami Zayn. What the hell's wrong with me? As for the females, I haven't really looked too much into them, but El Generico, a.k.a. Sami Zayn, is definitely my favorite by far. And he has, you know, he has the ability to make it. We just have to see what they do. Along with Chris Hero. I actually like Chris Hero. I forgot his freaking, was it Cantus, Ohio, whatever the hell it is. But Chris Hero and El Generico, definitely those two. To answer your third question, this is easy. I would kill AJ Lee, I would fuck Layla, and I would marry Caitlyn. Caitlyn has a body of a freaking... I would eat cereal off of her... Yeah, let me not just say anything anymore. And to answer your last question... I freaking love the Wyatt family. Specifically Brody Lee, aka Luke Harper. He's an independent worker. He's an independent wrestler. You know, his in-ring name before he was Luke Harper was Brody Lee, and Brody's just amazing, man. I'm not too familiar with freaking was it Roman or something like that, but you know, definitely I love the Wyatt family, and I hope that they have a feud with the Shield. That would be awesome. The Shield versus the Wyatt family. That would be so freaking amazing to see. I'm telling y'all right now. And my thoughts on the Bray Wyatt promos. The Bray Wyatt promos are amazing. The Bray Wyatt's promos are fantastic. I would love to see Bray Wyatt and CM Punk cut one-on-one promos against each other. That would be so amazing to see. Like, you have CM Punk trying to bash him. You have Bray Wyatt just trying to come at him. It would be so fucking amazing. I would love to see that. But definitely two of the most, you know, well, three of the most interesting people in that group. And I would love to see more. So let's see what happens in the following months. So, yeah, thank you for your questions, man. On to the next question, which is from Mr. David Brett. It's our favorite time of day where I ask you some questions, you bastard. Here we go. Question 1. Sorry, third time asking, but are you going to WrestleMania 30? Question 2. What happened to your Resident Evil Let's Play and your fan questions of the week? Question 3. When will you put up your matches on your new YouTube channel? Question 4. Here is an idea for DBZ Battle of Z DLC, the Dragon Ball Saga original before Z and GT. And when is Battle of Gods coming out again? LOL. P.S. Alex, burn it to the fucking ground. P.S. As Paul, you're useless like a Weedle. Damn, everybody's just hating on Paul. Yes. Fucking Paul, terrorist, Packy. Sorry, Paul. To answer your first question, WrestleMania 30. I'm really hoping I'm going. Like, I really hope to go. But at this point, I think I'm definitely going to find out in November. November will be the time frame where I'll find out for sure if I will go or if I can't go, to be honest with you. To answer your second question, my Resident Evil Let's Play, I mean, I couldn't do anymore because they, Capcom kept freaking, what was it? They kept saying, oh, it's just copyright. Oh, you can't use this because they're doing cutscenes and shit. So I was like, man, I had to take out so many cutscenes as well. Like, it pissed me off. But Resident Evil's amazing, man. I mean, granted, the last couple of games weren't all that, but the franchise itself is legendary. So, really proud to have played Resident Evil 6, and still to this day, I mean, I'm hoping Resident Evil 7 actually lives up to the hype. As for the fan questions of the week, you're going to find out when I'm going to drop those, buddy. To answer your third question, when will I put up my matches? Hopefully next week. Hopefully next weekend I'm going to have my matches up so you guys can actually get to see some new stuff. And I'm going to be wrestling again this week and next week. So, actually, no, yeah, this weekend. So, just a lot to do for me, I'm telling you right now. And to answer your last question, the DLC would be, great and all, but who would actually care about the old school characters besides, like, the old school fans, Everybody wants GT and everybody wants, other What If characters, but I think it would be cool to have, like, the Dragon Ball characters, but not nearly as cool as having Baby, Super 17, Omega Shenron, Nova Shenron, Super Saiyan 4, and stuff like that. And Battle of Gods drops September 7th, I believe. Either 7th or 17th. I'm going to have to find out, but definitely in September. I mean, you could try to order it off Amazon or something. I really don't know if they have it, but what I do know is in Japan, it comes out in September. So if you want your copy of that, you're going to have to wait until then. But thank you for your questions, man. Anyways, everybody, thank you all for watching this week's episode of Fan Mail of the Week. I just want to apologize in advance once again if I did not get to answer your question, guys. Remember, I do fan mails every single week, so you can submit your questions then. And also, don't forget to check out my new Saints Row 4's Let's Play, everybody. Surely, it's really awesome. The game is pretty fun. Is it as good as its original proteges, Saints Row 1, 2, and 3? I mean, that's debatable, but I hope you all enjoy it, and lots more videos to come, guys, as always. So I hope you all take care. And also, for those of you out there who are aware about what's going on in the world today, do you guys remember that old SOPA bill? The bill that the government wanted to pass to, like, tax people on the internet and start banning people, for downloading music and stuff like that. The whole PIPA SOPA Act bill. Well, guess what? It's coming back, and we have to petition against it. That is all I'm saying. Anyways, everybody, thank you all for watching this video. I hope you all enjoy. Have a very safe and wonderful summer. I mean, it's almost nearing its end, so I hope you all enjoy. Hit the beach, go to the pool, hang out with your friends. Live your life, appreciate your family, love God. So I hope you all enjoy, everybody, and I'll be seeing each and every single one of you mankeys next week. Peace!